Welcome to the Cinema Shit Show. With these two movie nerds. Hope your mom's not listening.
That's so growing up here in Missouri, there used to be like this commercial on the radio. Remember the radio?
Yeah.
Right. And they used to have local like commercials, and there would be one that would be like, for all your reclamation, you can turn to this station. And and it was supposed to be like a Cajun thing for what do you call that? Mardi Gras. Like Mardi Gras is kind of a big deal, I guess, in St. Louis. Like we have our own little Mardi Gras. But yeah, this they used to run these commercials where they tried to do this big bad fake Cajun accent. Anyway, well, oh shit, I did hit record, didn't I? Welcome all the insaniacs and the cinemasochists. It's me and Ben back again. Ben's all snuggled up in his little bed, with his blanket and everything, and we're here to try to make sense of a film that we just watched, and it turns out we each watched a different version of the film. The main difference
that only affects the ending, though. No.
Yeah, the main difference being the ending. Yes, and it's not a huge difference. I don't think any of the endings like really change like my opinion of it.
Yeah,
but it is rather odd.
So, have you seen all three endings?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess we should. Well, I first tracked this down on a torrent like years and years and years ago because it was not easily available.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I watched the one, if I go down here, where with the actual dialogue at that posh party at the end. I think you saw.
I saw with no dialogue.
Yeah, but you did see them at the party, right?
Yeah. We should probably say the name of the movie.
No, it's a secret. Fuck them. I'm not even putting it in the title of the podcast.
Nice.
It's just Mystery Pod, baby.
Mystery Pod.
So, yeah, the movie we're talking about is The Seventh Curse, which was Ben's pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's available on Tubi with its particular ending.
Mm-hmm.
I watched I think a DVD version of it, which had its own ending, and then there's a third ending for whatever else. I think it was originally filmed and released around 1986.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like it's a Hong Kong production, and it stars Chow Yun Fat. Well, it doesn't star, but it does feature Chow Yun Fat.
You don't think he's the star in this?
No, dude, he barely shows up. He only shows up like 3 times.
Wait, what character is he?
He's not Dr. Yun. He's Wesley.
Oh, the uncle.
He's
I think he's a doctor. Sally's uncle.
Dr. Wesley. Yeah, and he's like, you got to go back here and do this thing to fix your blood curse, but he doesn't go with them.
So Maggie Chun is his wife?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel a lot like you on this one because a lot of it went in one brain cell and out the other.
Yeah,
It's pretty fucking crazy nonsense.
dude. So Rikio is my all-time favorite, like
Oh my god.
martial arts movie. But
I
I have to say, I think this might have taken the number 2 spot. I love this.
I mean, it's if you see a good print of it, the one on Tubi is okay. It's not bad.
Yeah,
But if you see a good print, yeah, it's visually beautiful. It's got a lot of crazy special effects going on in there. Acting isn't bad, but I mean, it's just the dialogue is really weird. They throw in new shit every once in a while. It's like, oh, and by the way, now this must happen. It's like,
yeah,
oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
And it just moves from like spot to spot to spot. I think like 35 minutes of it is a flashback.
That much of it?
Oh, there's a huge chunk of it. Yeah, actually, in my notes here, let me scroll on down, Ben. First of all, there's a mention of a wig. I figured we'd talk about that because you are somewhat of a wig scientist. Um, here's one that says that's a lot of worms. That's a good note. That I'm sure I'll know what I'm talking about. Um, let's see where is it? It's got to be. Oh, here it is. Um, wait, is this a flashback? I forgot. And then there's like more and more and more notes, and then I typed, yeah, that was a flashback. And that's like the first third of my notes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to try to? You're gonna try to give the what's the synopsis here, buddy? What do we got? What's going on
So,
with this?
right off the bat, I was kind of confused right from the beginning. So, like, the main chunk of the movie has almost nothing to do with that beginning, right?
It starts out with like the police storming a building and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But,
And
like, so, like, that all happens, and then somebody's, like, asking him about maybe more than 35 minutes of the movie is flashback because he's, like, telling the whole story. Well, maybe it's about that long.
I don't know, man. I just guesstimated.
Alright, so
Ben is invested. That's why he's yawning, everyone. That's how you know it's working. He
no,
loved the movie.
I'm actually really excited about this one. So this cop is like busting into this like criminal organization and there's this huge fight scene but I don't think it has anything to do with the rest of the movie. Like I'm not sure what the point of it was.
Well, okay, so let's try to piece it together because at this point we have no idea what the movie is or how to piece it together. So this scene kind of just sits off on its own. But yeah, there's a bunch of police coming to a building because there's some criminals that have got like hostages, and they say, "Hey, there's a man in here having a medical emergency, and
Right.
you better send in a doctor or something."
Right.
And so they're also going to send in I think it's our lead character, Ewan, Dr. Ewan,
Yeah. Well,
the guy with the curses.
Wesley.
No, Wesley is not that guy.
What?
Oh
Is
my
it the
god.
guy with the glasses?
I remember it, so you don't have to.
Wait a second. I'm so confused. Okay. The main character is Wesley, the guy with the glasses.
No, that's Ewan. Dr. Ewan, or whatever his name is.
They call him Wesley the whole movie.
No, Dr. Wisely or Wesley is Chow Yun Fat, who he goes and consults with later on in the movie. And I think that's, he's the
No.
one. Yes. Oh my God.
Dude, I just finished watching it.
I did too.
Okay, so there's Wesley, the guy with the glasses.
Let me ask you a question.
There's
Okay,
Dragon.
hold on. Yeah, Dragon. Yeah, he's the island guy and
Then
whatnot.
there's
He's the
Sally.
rebel. Okay, hold on. Who is the person that shows up at the end of the movie with a rocket launcher?
That's Dr. Yun.
No, that's Wisely.
No,
Yes, it is.
you're mixing up the two names.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, this whole episode's just gonna be you and me fucking arguing back
Dude,
and
they
forth.
literally call him Wesley. So, okay,
No.
here's the thing.
Hold
Is
on.
it possible that Tubi has the names wrong on the movie?
I didn't watch your version, so I don't know.
Because on my version, the guy with the glasses is Wesley. Then there's Dragon. There's Sally, who's the younger girl who is the niece of the doctor.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna read you the synopsis. I'm so sorry, everyone, that you have to be stuck with us while we clarify this. But here's the plot. Dr. Yoon attempts to rescue a beautiful girl from being sacrificed to the worm tribe she belongs to. Yoon is damned with 7 blood curses, which burst through his leg periodically. He will die when the 7th bursts, but Bachu, the girl he saved, stops the curse with an antidote. The antidote only lasts 1 year, so on the advice of Wisely, he heads back to Thailand to find a permanent cure.
Okay, so the movie, they have the names messed up then. And it's in on the subtitles of the version I watched, it's not Wisely, it's Wesley.
Wesley, yes, because they pronounce it that way in the English translation for some reason.
Okay, but they were calling the guy with the curses Wesley.
Well, I'm going to have to verify this, but
So in my mind, he's Wesley. Dr. Yoon is the uncle with the wife who shows up with the
oh my
rocket launcher at the end.
Oh my God.
So we could just I can switch up the names.
Okay.
We can call him Glasses if you want.
Yeah, Dr. Glasses. I like that.
Listen, I just watched this movie. I swear to you, I'm not high, and I was paying attention, and they kept calling him Wesley.
I cannot verify this at this moment, but I will add an update if you're right.
Oh my God. I'm 99%, unless Tubi's messed up, I'm 99%
It might
sure
be. I don't know, man. I don't
Glasses
know.
guy is Wesley.
Glasses guy is Dr. Glasses, is who he is. And for the Wisely character, man, he's like, this is all like based on like I think a series of books, and he's that character has also appeared in other movies and stuff. I really don't understand why they cast Chow Yun Fat in this role, because he's barely in it.
Right.
Like he just shows up and he's cool, but
So
he doesn't do anything exciting.
Who's Dr. Glasses then?
What's his name?
Sai Ho Chin?
Sure. I guess.
I guess that looks like him. Fuck.
Let's see. Dr. Yun is, Shin Si-ho. Anyway, none of this shit's important. We open up on a bunch of police action. They want a doctor. And then, like, there's this policewoman. She's like, it's okay. I'm going to dress up as a nurse and I'll go in with you.
Yeah.
instead, she is knocked out with a fucking brick to the back of the head. And a reporter takes her place.
Yes.
And we got some nice John Carpenter Goblin tunes going on here. It reminds me a lot of like Assault on Precinct 13 and Skip from New York and
Yeah,
stuff
the
like that.
music's awesome.
It's really cool. And then as they come into the bad guys' lair in the building, one lady is patting down the fake nurse. She goes, "Don't worry, I'm a woman too." And it's like, oh yeah, that's the problem. At one point, somebody, I don't know who, but I wrote it down, says, "You're cheap, dirty, and despicable too." Do you remember who said that?
I think that was Sally to Dr. Glasses.
Really? Why would she say that?
Oh wait, that was in the jungle. Remember when she falls in the hole?
Yeah, no, we're still
Oh, you're talking about a different time because she also says that to him in the jungle.
Oh, because no, I think we're still in the building
Yes.
with the criminals and all
No,
that.
I'm just saying that line. She also says that to him in the jungle.
Hmm. Well, at some point, oh wait, no, at some point, Dr. Yun gets attacked by a dude. And then he accidentally rips his shirt off. It's like, his shirt is made of paper mache or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, okay, all right. So, look, obviously, I have no clue how to keep track
The
of what's
beginning
happened in
part
this film.
doesn't even matter to the
It
rest of the
doesn't.
movie. I
Just
don't know
roll
why
with
they
it.
even had it in there.
Just roll with it because everything just happens. So at one point, I think was it Wisely was talking to Dr. Glasses, and he said, "Stay away from sex, or you may have a relapse."
Yeah.
So he immediately goes to make out with this sexy lady, and he gets so horny that his leg explodes.
Yeah, so he comes into his apartment after this whole big fight, and there's like somebody in there, so he like grabs a weapon and he's like sneaking around. Is that a laser pointer?
No, it's a smokable.
Oh. And he's like walking, he's like he's about to be attacked, and he comes across like this hot lady who's like naked.
Oh,
Or, like,
now you're in the jungle?
no. In his apartment. Remember the scene in the apartment with like the curly haired girl?
Well,
The
he
one
was
he had
having
sex
sex
with.
with his girlfriend or whatever.
He says, "How did you get in here?"
I don't remember that part. I don't remember a lot of this.
Okay. I think you might have the seventh curse.
Dude, that's when your brain explodes, right?
Anyways, I don't feel like they say that it's his girlfriend.
I don't even hardly remember the scene at all. Aside that I wrote it down in here that he immediately has sex and then his veins explode.
Yeah, his like legs start like bleeding and turning veiny and stuff. And then like his veins, like the subtitles kept saying like veins pop, and then like blood would like burst out.
Oh, they described the sound effects for you too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very conscientious of them. Squishing noises.
Yeah. So let's just go to the part where like the actual movie starts, because I don't even feel like there was literally any sense to any of the beginning.
Right, because we got to go to the flashback. This is where the flashback starts.
Right.
And
so
this is where we spend 30 to 40 minutes doing this.
the majority of the movie, basically.
Yeah, the most interesting
So the
parts of the
Dr.
movie.
Glasses goes to Dr. Yoon?
No. Wesley.
Okay, fine. Wisely. You're gonna have to make a note in the show notes with this because I'm pretty sure I'm right about this whole thing.
I don't think I am. Anyway.
Okay, so he goes there and he's like, "Tell me, what happened." And so he describes. So we find out the reason that we don't have a cure for AIDS.
Well, they had to go find the herbs. That's how they encountered the worm tribe.
Well, right, but what
That's why
I'm
they're
saying
looking
is
for
the
AIDS
reason we don't
herbs.
have a cure for AIDS is because they couldn't get the herbs.
Right, because the
So
worm tribe was there.
we need to go find these herbs.
I'm sure that it's already been mowed down in the Amazon forest.
You're probably right. There's probably a casino there. So he's part of this research team, and they go to Thailand to find the herbs for the cure for AIDS.
Yes, AIDS herbs.
Right, herbs. Yeah, AIDS herbs.
There we go. See, it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's really actually hard to say. So
You're
then he
hard to
starts
say.
describing like them going to to Thailand, to the jungle. And pretty much right off the bat, this is like
Full
around
frontal, baby.
the what?
Oh, I thought you were going to jump into the full frontal nudity.
Oh, dude, Bachu. Is that her? That's her name, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, at least I got one name.
Why
right.
would you ask me? I'm terrible with character names.
Well, I mean, the names are apparently fucked up in this. So Bachu. Anyways, so
What about you?
So flash forward to the jungles of Thailand.
Wait, I thought we were already in the jungles of Thailand.
Right, yeah. I'm trying to get to that part. So we keep getting
We're already there. We're there with Bachu. Fully naked.
This is about
Or not fully naked, but very wet.
This is about the fight scene is before that, though.
I don't know what fight scene you're talking about. All I know is that they go looking for the AIDS herbs, and then they're talking about how there's a fucking worm tribe that specializes in witchcraft, and then he sees Bachu in the lake. She's coming out of the lake, and she's all moist, and you see everything because she's got a see-through shirt on. I mean, everything. I mean, full frontal.
He's just staring at her with his binoculars, and then he drops them.
Oh, yeah, and then she picks them up, and she's like, oh, what's this? Looks through the wrong end, freaks out, breaks them. Well, now they're worthless.
Yeah.
And then she tries to put it back together, and he's like, oh, no, you keep it. It's like, yeah, keep it. They're broken.
So, how did you miss the entire first beginning fight? There's a huge fight.
No, that comes after this.
Is that after he sees Bachu?
Yeah, because okay, so they start talking about the drums of the worm tribe.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, that's gonna be the name for my new album. The drums of the worm tribe. And then I put the next note says, this is a very lengthy flashback. So it's already started. And then the dude shows up wearing the wig, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts talking like a little bitty wet your pants boy.
Yeah, his voice is so funny.
What?
His voice is hysterical.
It's awesome. It's fucking amazing. So, and then he all of a sudden he already has like a whole tub of blood that he can start splashing around in preparation for the sacrifice.
Right.
So all that blood, I guess, wasn't, good enough. That's just for lubrication. So
Okay, so I have a question.
I have a few. Yeah.
Do you think that this movie took inspiration from Alien and also Indiana Jones?
Dude, it's a Chinese horror action flick. It takes its inspiration from everything on the planet.
But we had a chest burster.
Oh, the little potato baby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's coming up here too. Yeah,
No, but I'm just saying, like, I feel, and then they had the boulder that was running after them.
Were you talking about at the end?
Yeah, but I'm just
That was
talking about
Buddha's head.
I'm just talking
right?
about inspiration. Like, do you think that this movie
Yeah.
got inspiration from those things?
Well, absolutely, yeah. All art feeds off other art. Just some art fucking flat
But
out
I mean, it
steals
felt
it.
like very directly taken from that.
Well, I mean, are you a Jackie Chan fan?
Yeah.
Or you see Armor of the Gods?
No.
Okay. I mean, that's very much influenced by like Raiders of the Lost Ark and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Army of the Gods too. So yeah, I mean, China has no qualms about taking inspiration and building on that. So I would not be surprised. So yeah, I wrote down here, what a cute baby. It's a cute potato baby. Not
Yeah,
a.
so the sorcerer comes out. I think his name is Aquala. That's at least what they called him in the subtitles.
Maybe. I don't know.
So he comes out.
He's the wig guy with the funny voice.
Wig guy, yeah. Yeah, that's clearly a wig.
What is everybody doing?
I don't
That's my
understand the
imitation.
voice. Why did they do that voice for him?
No idea. Were they maybe going for? I don't know. I'm not even going to say it. So anyway, he tries to do this ritual, and like a skeleton pops up and starts dancing around.
Yeah, that's
right?
the ancestor.
And some dude pisses himself, apparently.
Yeah.
And then who ripped off the head and started sucking out the marrow of the spine? Was it the skeleton that did it?
I thought yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy kills in this movie.
And then it mutates. The skeleton mutates into like an actual monster, which was really fucking cool. And I'm like, yes. And then my next note is, what is this? A flashback. See? So I went from this is a very long flashback to is this a flashback? And we're still in the flashback.
Well, the flashback basically lasts until he explains all the stuff that happened, where he gets the baby curse.
Right. I mean, but I wanted more of that monster and stuff now. And then there's a big escape scene where there's like car stunts and fires and explosions and shit. And it's really, really well done. So we've hit like a whole other type of genre of film. It's like it's just mashing all of them together.
Yeah.
I forgot I was singing that song before we started recording. I have something in the freezer. Shut up!
So, this movie is absolutely batshit crazy. I mean, it's not on the Ricky O level, but nothing is. But this movie has to be at least in the same category as Ricky O, in my opinion. It's not as crazy, but it's wild. So there's this little like potato goblin, the sorcerer, he curses Dr. Glasses, and he gives this green laser comes out, and it looks like a cross between a potato and like a sperm, because it has this wiggly end,
Yeah, like spinal column.
like a spinal column. And he's attacking Dr. Glasses. And but there's he starts chomping on all these soldiers and research guys, biting their necks and ripping body parts off, and I think he rips off a couple of people's arms. Doesn't he behead somebody?
I don't know, you think I would have noted this down?
This is all part of that huge scene.
I don't remember any of this.
Well, anyways, there's a lot of really cool special effects, and
there are, yes,
some really cool kills, really bloody and gross and
ridiculous,
super over the top.
So at one point, yeah, apparently maybe all this shit happened in there. At one point I said that's a lot of worms. So apparently there were a lot of worms
That
going
was
on.
when he had them tied up. Remember he poured that liquid on the guy's head?
Yeah.
And then he starts contorting, and his body's stretching and moving, and then all of a sudden his stomach basically opens, and all these worms start to fall out.
That would explain all the worms.
So then the sorcerer comes over. He goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to do that to you." And then he gives them what did he give him?
I don't know, but I remember so they're tied up on these pillars.
Yeah.
Not pillows, pillars. And at one point he's got that piece of glass for the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's supposed to go over the compass so you can see it better. And he drops it on the floor, and the light is shining into it and bouncing back on the vine or whatever he's tied with.
He burns the vine.
Right. Well, that's not how it works. You have to focus the sun through it. You can't reflect off of it. Reflection is not going to cause that kind of heat. Maybe refraction. I'm not a heat scientist. But that's not how it works.
It was still pretty funny, though.
I'm angry.
The only part of this movie that I was like, okay, this is the fakest part of this entire ridiculous movie, was when, I think it's Maggie Chung, the doctor's wife, when they come in at the end, and she's wearing this all white coat, and there's all these men around her exploding, and she's got no blood on her, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
It's anti-stain fabric. It's got that sealant on it.
Got the Teflon on it.
And then now, Ben, maybe you can clarify this, because I don't know what this means. I wrote, what the fuck did she just cut out of her titty?
Okay. I don't know, but it was so weird. And I've never seen this before, but she starts cutting at the top of her boob, like a half circle. And then she pulls out what looks like a maraschino cherry, basically.
Was that That was the temporary cure for Dr. Glasses, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It only lasts a year,
It
though.
only lasts a year. Yeah. So she like cuts her boob and then pulls this like maraschino cherry looking eye almost, and she gives it to him, and he just puts it in his mouth, and he makes this face like he's like slightly grossed out, also maybe aroused, and he just eats it. Like no questions asked, just eats this thing from her boob.
But with all the other crazy shit that's been going on, that's the least of his worries, I would think. Um, so, all right, and here's where my notes say, yeah, that was a flashback. So now we're out of the flashback, ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
and we're back to the present day.
So the flashback ends. He is now with Dr. Wisely or Wesley or whatever the fuck it
Whatever
is.
you want to call him, Chow Yun Fat.
And he's explaining to him that he's starting to get these attacks again. And so the doctor is telling him,
Don't have sex.
well, that was in the beginning, no?
Yeah, but that was before we got to the flashback. Yeah, if he gets aroused, his legs will explode.
Yeah, but what doesn't make sense is he starts having an attack while he's there
Wait,
with the doctor.
wait. This is what doesn't make sense. This part, this one part.
Well, okay, so is he aroused by the doctor? Like, why is he getting it?
No, he's just his time's running out. But he was told beforehand, if you get aroused, you may trigger it.
Right.
So right now, it's not because he's got a boner for, Doctor not really in the movie that much. It's just because his time is running out.
Okay, so I have a question.
No,
Is Sally an adult or a teenager in this movie?
I believe she is an adult. She's like a college student or something.
Yeah, she's an adult. I just wanted to like confirm that.
I think she flat out states her age at one point. I don't know.
Oh,
Could be like Transformers. I know the rules and the laws.
oh yeah, cause she's saying, can't you let me go? Because she wants to go with him to Thailand.
Yeah,
And she's like, I'm an adult, I can go. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
You just spill something.
No, it just fell right on down out of nowhere. It was up there.
That's weird.
Nah, it's a poultrygeist. All right.
Maybe you have the sixth curse.
Well, that's one less than his, so I'm better off.
Yeah.
I can get as horny as I want. Here's at one point they're trying to describe the evil that they are going to be battling against or what they're trying to stop,
Mm-hmm.
and it is described as a flying demon made from the blood of 100 children. It's able to fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly. That's what we're up against.
Oh God. So so Sally's like begging him to let him go, and he's like, "No, this is life or death. This isn't for you."
You.
So he shows up at the hotel in Thailand, and he walks into the room, and there's like all these guns on the piano, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
and he's like looking at him. He's like, "What's going on?" And then you see this like laser, and it's like moving across the room like towards him, and then it shoots, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna have like another like fight here. And then it turns out to be Sally.
Right, she shot a candle.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, I left the day before you. So now she's on this adventure with him.
Yeah, so she didn't need anybody's permission. She could just do it herself. And by the way, Yeah, she's like, "Oh, this has a new laser pointer, and I bought all these guns." And I think this is at one point where he accuses her of just being in it for the kicks.
Yes.
He said, "Yeah."
He's like, you're just in it for the kicks.
Oh boy. And by the way, I think they get in an argument of like, if it is supernatural and shit, what good are guns gonna do?
Right.
Well, I
Well,
mean, there is a fucking cult involved.
right. Yeah, there's people involved. It's not just the demons.
I'm smarter than movie people.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's that hard to do. This was also the 80s. They were probably doing so much coke. They were probably sitting around like, this sounds like a good idea, and then they just threw it in there. So, in the movie, so in that scene, she tells him, "Oh, my dad is whatever his name is." And he goes, "Your dad is the real estate tycoon?" And she goes, "Yeah, but I don't care about that. But he gave me a card with no credit limit." So then that's how she bought all these guns.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, how would she have time in one day to accumulate that many weapons?
Well, I'm going to start by prefacing it that surprisingly, it's not the United States.
Well, sure.
So I don't know what other countries' gun laws are like. So I have to imagine she probably went to the black market on that one because she
Yeah.
had like all sorts of guerrilla warfare shit
Oh,
stacked
yeah.
up there.
She had like AK-47s and all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
So now they're going back to the
To the
jungle.
jungle, baby. Welcome back to the jungle. We've got lots of traps. Everyone can die. We can laugh at that.
We got sorcerers and demons.
We got tiny baby puppets. I love the tiny baby puppet. The
Oh
little,
man,
it's great.
the demon is the best. It's just so cool.
All right, so where was it? Everybody gets killed with traps in the jungle. They're pretty cool. Lots of blood. And then what's her name? She insinuates that Dr. Glasses is gay, and he threatens to pull down her pants and spank her.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
What the fuck
And
was
then
that?
she goes, "No, you won't." He's like, "I can." And she's like, "What did she say?"
I don't know. All I remember is she insinuates he's gay, and he threatens to pull down her pants and spank her.
Oh, she says, "You're an old pervy man." And he goes, "So what if I am?"
Oh, well, he lives up to it. I gotta give him that.
Well, and then that's when she says all those things like, you're a disgusting, dirty, bad man or something like that. She's like, "I wouldn't come back here if I was bit by a snake or I fell in a hole." And he goes, "Okay." And then he turns around and then she falls in a hole. And then he turns back around when Dragon gets there and he's like, "Oh, that was fast."
Well, that's got to be in a different scene because this happens like in a hotel room or something. I thought.
No. The
Am I
scene where he
confusing
says he's
this
gonna
with
sink her
actual porn?
is in the jungle.
I must be confusing it with the actual porn I've watched.
Oh my god. So Dragon shows up and she falls in the hole. He's like, "Where's Sally?" And she's like, "Well, she ran away." He's like, "It's
Oh
okay."
yeah, yes.
He's like, "It's okay." And then come to find out, she falls in this trap and gets taken by
The Worm
the
Tribe.
Worm Tribe, which is connected with the sorcerer.
Well, yes, he's the leader of the worm tribe.
Right.
This guy, the guy that talks like this with the wig,
Dude,
that guy.
his voice is so freaky.
Oh, it's awesome. It's
So
hilarity.
he's gonna sacrifice her so that way he can bring back the ancestor. Remember, he's got her and Bachu and some other lady who I don't know who she was. There was like 3 of them.
Well, he's got the skeleton and Bachu and I don't know what other lady are you talking about?
Sally.
Sally.
The
Oh yeah, she goes on a murder spree. When she gets rescued, she goes out and fucking kills a bunch of motherfuckers.
well, so yeah, he puts a spell on her, and what did they call it? The Black Curse. Yeah, because
Maybe.
Bachu says she's cursed with the Black Curse, so we have to kill a black cow, a black dog, a black sheep, a black lizard, a black eagle, a black, and she just names all these animals. She's like, we need to
What?
all the blood. Remember?
No, I do not.
They
Did
boil the
not.
blood in a bathtub, and she's like, let it cool down, and then put her in it, and then when she wakes up, the curse will be gone.
Okay, so hang on. I do have this in my notes. It says, kill all these animals in order to save this idiot woman.
Yeah, that's
Is that what
Sally.
we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I apparently did not agree with this plan.
Well, I mean, Bachu's like the spell lady, so
Ben, I gotta say, you look like you're wearing a Star Trek Next Generation
uniform.
outfit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
you get
same color.
the yellow and black.
Yeah.
Oh, don't pull it up. No, yeah. Come on, man. You
So,
ruined it.
so then, so they have to go to this statue. It's like a big Buddha statue. Him and Dragon have to go take the eyes out of its head.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is a big climax.
Right.
Pretty
They
much.
have to get the eyes to break his curse, and then also to break Bachu's curse, because her half of her face was like disfigured,
messed up. Nobody can ever love her,
right? I
unless
know.
she's beautiful again.
Yeah,
It's a big
God
deal.
forbid. So I have to say, this action scene was so fucking awesome, with all the ropes and like the orange looking monk dudes.
Well, yeah, so just kind of like set it up. So there's a giant Buddha statue
Right.
in the middle of this cave. It's
giant.
huge. Yeah, like imagine kaiju sized.
Right.
And so they need to get the eyes out of the statue, which is at the top, because apparently it's full of, they said it was full of ashes.
Yeah.
Right, and this is what's going to cure all these curses. So they start climbing it, and the hand starts breaking and stuff, like, because it's been there forever and whatnot. Right. And then all of a sudden, there's like 20 different fucking Buddhist monks just hanging out on the statue. They weren't there a minute ago.
Yeah, so they're climbing, and then all of a sudden they like pan out, and there's like all these dudes just like sitting, standing, and there's all these like ropes like hanging from the ceiling.
I remember the ropes part, but I do remember there being like a vast amount of Buddhist monks that weren't there a moment ago.
So what I don't understand though is, aren't monks supposed to be peaceful?
Yes, but they're protecting whatever they're doing. They,
Yeah, I guess that's their job. That makes sense.
Maybe they're not really Buddhists anyway. They're fake Buddhists.
They could also be put under a spell by
They could be full of worms. So,
So
so
yeah,
we have a big action scene. Is
dude,
basically all
how
it
did
comes
you
down
forget the
to.
ropes? The ropes are integral to the entire action scene.
I don't know.
They're like swinging around and like kicking and swinging and throwing shit and
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you were seeing the wires
I thought
for
it was
the.
ropes.
I'll have to go check it out.
Ropes or
Plus,
vines. Maybe it was
again,
vines.
you watched a different, a different version from mine. I mean, really, the only differences were the ending, but who knows? Well, I mean, the ending I saw when it was originally released on VHS, they censored like the nudity for the lake scene and stuff like that.
Damn.
But the copy I saw was not censored, so but it still had that same ending.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, they all fucking freak out, and then all of a sudden, what's that guy's name?
Dragon.
Anguish, Dragon. Yeah, there we go. Anguish. Where the fuck did that come from? Um, all of a sudden, Dragon goes, "Hang on a minute, everybody. All we want is those eyeballs in your precious statue. We need them to help somebody. Can we have them, please?" And then they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, they just
So
let him take them.
all you had to do was ask politely. But they weren't there before, so there was nobody to ask.
Yeah,
All right.
made no sense.
Am I overreacting again?
No, it's completely. I was like, what? What? How did these people just appear out of nowhere?
Right? And how were they supposed to ask politely to begin with? I mean, there was no proper structure to go through. Anyway, so they climb up, they fucking start chopping out the eyeballs, and it's starting to make the statue get a little wobbly, and the head's gonna come off, and they pull the eyeballs out, and this was fucking awesome.
Oh
If
yeah,
you're gonna watch this movie at all, you gotta make it to the end, because the Buddha statue starts gushing blood from its empty eye sockets
yeah.
now.
It's
It's
amazing,
fucking great.
amazing. So much so that they get like they start sliding down the statue because there's so much blood.
Yeah, I was like, how did they get down there so fast? Uh, they had a slip and
They
slide,
had like a waterfall, basically.
right?
Weapons.
So at this point, all right, hey, we're gonna cure the curse, and he gives him this giant ball.
It's like an orb. It's like glowing.
Yeah, and he's like, you better swallow that whole thing. And it's like, how?
Okay, there's no way that humanly possible that you could swallow that orb in one swallow. There's no way.
No, dude, you have to chew it. Come on.
He swallowed it whole.
How did it even fit in his mouth?
He put it in his mouth and he was like,
I call shenanigans.
I think he may be part snake and he just like unhinged his jaw.
I bet this is all just that Hollywood subterfuge. They like to hide the truth from us.
Lizard people. So he swallows this orb, which is like apparently enough to get them to get back to the village.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
What?
Are you alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Certainly sounded like the end of the world over
I
there.
just moved my laptop.
That was quite chaotic. So yeah, he swallows the ball. He likes to put balls in his mouth. Makes him feel better. So now there's one other ball left, so we can
Right.
share the ball with someone. But here's new information that we've never been told of. It only works if we bring it to a specific other spot. within a specific time.
Right.
If we don't do all that, it's worthless. That lady, she's going to be hideous for the rest of her life.
Well,
Nobody will ever want to fuck her ever again.
she says to Dragon, like, "Will you still love me if my face stays this way?" And he just shakes his head and goes, "Uh-huh."
Mm-hmm. So we've still got another battle coming up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we thought this was it, but no. So we're back with the wig man, the
Mhm.
giggly wig man, and apparently have this really cool glove, like with claws and
Oh
stuff that
yeah,
they put
dude,
on,
that thing was
and it's like,
crazy.
yeah, it's like, what's he gonna do with that? Well, nothing, because they get shoved into the coffin, and then the coffin flies around and like chases them,
Mhm.
which is fucking funny.
Dude,
Uh,
the coffin literally is like sliding, like chasing them through this like entrance out of the temple.
right, literally flying.
Yeah.
And then the skeleton comes out again. We've seen the skeleton before. And there's some funny, like, it's almost like Army of Darkness type shit going
Mhm.
on with the puppetry. And then it mutates and it starts, there's like a transformation scene,
Oh,
sort of
dude,
like,
so
the
cool.
howling and stuff. It's very cool. And it becomes that demon again. Now, Ben, this must be the demon that can fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly. That's It's gotta be that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Man, I was getting worried we were gonna get to encounter that demon again. Uh, and then all of a sudden, like, the heroes come in, like other heroes that we haven't really seen for the past 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and they're like, release the baby potato monster. And and they just throw it out there, and it bites the shit out of the demon that can fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly.
So I guess the scene, we must have skipped a scene somehow.
Really? Because also one of my notes here says zany, so I thought we were up to the zany part.
Well, right. So Chow Yun Fat, or Dr. Weissly or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he shows up as with the wife, and they have the demon
The
and
potato baby?
the potato, the demon and the
They don't have the demon. They have the potato baby.
well, the potato baby is a demon. But
Yeah, but it's fighting the other demon, the one
well, they
that can
somehow
fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly.
they put a spell on this other demon
Mm-hmm.
to fight the new demon, the ancestor demon, the big demon.
I wouldn't call it new. I think
Fair.
we saw it towards the beginning.
Fair. Ancestor demon.
Yes.
Skeleton demon, whatever. But he turns into like some like what would you call that thing? Like a flying reptile?
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of something like from, I don't know, Inframan or Ultraman or something like that. It's like a demon.
Yeah.
If I were to describe it, it would be a demon that could fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly. That's how I would describe it.
That's how you would describe it, yeah. No, that's fair.
Yes. It's a guy in a rubber suit versus a potato baby puppet.
So this is not the first time that you've used the term potato baby in a podcast. Is this your
No, that's
go-to description of like anything that's like smallish and looks?
no. It's just the way this one looks, and it kind of ties into our Baskin episode.
Oh, that's what it's from. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
gotcha.
Tell me this thing does not look like a giant potato.
If a potato had eyes and a mouth, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Now,
and a
so
sperm
okay.
tail.
Have you ever seen V, like the original
No.
miniseries from the
Oh,
80s?
you know what? I did when I was a kid, but I don't remember it at all.
Okay. Well, I think it was in the second series, V the Return or whatever it was called, where someone ended up getting impregnated by one of the visitors. And they gave birth and they had twins.
Mm-hmm.
And one looked human and one looked like a visitor, like a
Oh, yes,
lizard thing.
I do remember that.
That's what it really looks like. But I don't think many people would get that reference. So, potato baby it is.
Yeah, it's fair.
Anyway, it fucks that shit up. It fucking kills the fuck out of that demon that can fly, suck blood, and kill mercilessly. It, like, had no chance. Because apparently, the potato baby can fly and kill mercilessly. It
Well,
may not suck the blood, but it will let it flow.
yeah, it was pretty wild.
Zany? Was it zany?
Yeah, zany is the word I would use.
Yeah, that's a good descriptor right there.
Um,
And
yeah,
then Chow Yun Fat breaks out the rocket launcher and
yeah,
blows it away.
finishes them off.
Yeah. And then that poor hideous woman, she can't swallow the eyeball because it's too late. And that's the end. That she's going to be a poor hideous woman. No one will ever love her.
Yeah,
Even one of the characters says that. She goes, "Oh, that's so terrible."
yeah.
And then Chow Yun Fat goes, "Just remember,
Beauty's on the inside.
beauty's on the inside." Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, hysterical. Yeah, because she's not super hot.
Right. Well, I mean, like, but she's still got that 1/3 of her face, man.
Oh my god, she has
It's
a burn
hideous.
mark on her face.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I know. I mean, she's just gonna be alone for the rest of her life. Never, sexually pleasured. Anything.
Oh, I mean, because with the worm tribe, her competition is so great.
she's just left to weep alone for the rest of her life.
She's gonna be an old, instead of a cat lady, she's gonna be an old potato baby lady.
She's gonna be an old worm lady.
Worms. A lot of worms.
It sure is.
So, what would you rate this movie?
Well, we're just gonna go on
Entertainment value.
entertainment value, which is usually what we do.
Yeah.
I probably give this one a 4. It's a lot of fun. It
This
doesn't
is
matter.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, sorry, I didn't know you were still going.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. And it doesn't matter which ending you see. Like, I mean, most of the endings are almost exactly the same. Some have sound, some don't. Some kind of like go, "Oh, what's gonna happen with crazy Dr. Yoon or Dr. Glasses and whatnot?" We'll have to wait and find out. I mean, that's the main difference. The other ones are just like, lady's gonna be ugly for the rest of her life, and then these people exist. So it doesn't really matter.
No, the ending doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, literally none of this actually matters. Nothing's really makes sense.
It's like they made it up as they went along, but it's crazy. It's based on, established fiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't I don't know. I think I'd probably more likely revisit like, Mr. Vampire or something like that.
Hmm.
More Hong Kong horror related before I would come back to this one. Ooh, or uh The Cat.
I still haven't seen that yet.
That's fucking nuts.
So maybe you should pick that if it's on Tubi.
I
We
don't
get
think it is. That one's pretty hard to find
we could start doing
usually.
some Hong Kong horror movies.
Yeah, maybe if it's maybe if it's on YouTube or something for free, but
So
I don't think it's legally anywhere streaming.
yeah. Oh, we talked about this before. Yeah. So for me, this is a 5. This
Damn.
I love this movie. It's it's not Ricky O, but nothing is. But if Ricky O didn't exist, this would be up there.
So what is like Ricky O, a 5.5
Ricky O
stars?
is
Because
Ricky O is on a legendary rating. Like there's nothing like Ricky O.
so it's on. Well, I would say so. But so for you to give this one a 5,
So
but Ricky O to exist,
Ricky O is like the Hall of Fame. It's in the Hall of Fame.
right?
Ricky O changed my life.
So both of these are 5.
They're both 5s, but like Ricky O is on a different. It's on a different plane. It's not. It's like I don't know how to describe it. They're both 5s, but that's only because we can only go to 5. If we could go higher, I'd go higher. But anyways, I love this movie. I had an absolute blast. I was laughing. The kills were awesome. The effects were awesome. I don't even care that none of it made sense. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. The effects are really entertaining. I mean, the action scenes are really well done. It's a lot of fun. It's a big mishmash,
yeah.
a goulash, I guess you would
So,
call it.
what would you pair this with?
Um, well, I mean, like, I don't know, probably something like, yeah, like I said, Mr. Vampire, maybe. Stick with, stay in Hong Kong. And yeah, I like hopping vampires. I like them a lot.
I would pair this with Ricky O. I would start with this and then watch Ricky O second.
I would just see. I would suggest Ricky O like separate from anything.
Well, sure.
I've I remember when it first came out on DVD, Trauma released it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there was even like I think an intro from Lloyd Kaufman and stuff talking about it a little bit. But yeah, I held on to that for the longest time, and I've lost it now. I don't know where else to get it. There's probably a Blu-ray now.
Yeah, I
But
think
it used to be really cool to be like the only person to go, "Hey, you guys ever seen the story of Ricky?"
yeah. So I also ask everybody that I meet that likes any kind of like weird genre stuff, and I would say most people have not seen it, which is wild to me.
Yeah. They used to have a clip of it on the I think the original version of The Daily Show. Before Jon Stewart
I
was
think
the
so,
host.
yeah.
Yeah, they had the clip of him smashing the guy's head between his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, we're old.
Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Oh, oh man. Well, I'm gonna fuck that horrible, hideous lady. I'm definitely gonna fuck her horrible, hideous face.
Oh my god.
I am going to. Who am I gonna marry? I'm gonna marry Chow Yun Fat. Dr.
Wow.
Wisely. Well, he seems like he's really rich and fucking. He didn't have to go tramping off into the fucking jungle. He
You
just
like
chose to
you
do
like
that.
him smoking on that pipe all the time?
Did he have a pipe? I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
he has a pipe like in every scene almost.
Well, I'll have to give him something to replace that pipe with.
And who are you
Oh,
gonna kill?
I'm gonna kill the weird wig guy.
Yeah.
Ah, who's in my lair?
Yeah, he's gotta go.
So I struggled with this one because there's a bunch of options in this. So I think I decided I'm gonna fuck Dr. Glasses because he's a tasty snack.
Even with the exploding veins.
Dude, he's a hottie in this. I'm gonna marry Sally because she's crazy, she's fun, wants to go on adventures, and also super wealthy.
Oh yeah,
She's gonna inherit her dad's real estate empire at some point. So why not? And then I guess I'm gonna kill the sorcerer, the wig guy.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Bachu,
What?
I feel Bachu got left. Well, no, you picked Bachu on one. I was gonna say she got left out.
No, she's the one I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I just have to cover up the hideous face.
Right. Make sure you have half of her face covered.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her a Phantom of the Opera mask, and yeah, we'll be fine.
Phantom of the Worm Tribe.
Just please, no.
What's funny is that they showed her face. It wasn't that bad looking. It wasn't like it was like.
I don't remember seeing her damaged face, unless it was towards the beginning.
Yeah, no. Sally sees it and runs out screaming. Remember?
No.
She runs into her mom's arms. Remember, she wakes up from the bloodbath that she was sleeping in.
No.
She looks at
No.
pulls her like
No.
hood or whatever to the side. She runs out and screams and runs into her mom's arms. Wow, how hideous
her
she is.
Clit?
What?
What? No. What did you just say?
She runs out of the bath. She gets out of this blood bath that she was soaking in overnight. And then she's screaming because she saw.
She pulls what? A curtain?
Bachu had like a thing over her face. And she pulls it to the side and she sees it and she starts screaming about how hideous she is.
No, don't remember that. There's just too much going on in this movie,
There's a lot going on. Hard to keep track, to be honest.
What else do we do? Do we have anything else that we normally do on these shows?
I don't think so.
Really? Okay. Maybe someday we should make a list. Here's the things we should normally do on our show.
Yeah.
I figure that's what any professional podcast would do.
We've been having guests so often that I kind of forget what we do now.
Well, we always got the basics, man.
Well, I guess that's true. I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah, the one thing, we did not have any funny names this time.
No,
we
didn't. I'm Tubin.
With that,
and this
Tubin
is
spelled wrong. It's spelled wrong. Doesn't even get the reference right. Way to go, Ben.
His name is spelled Toobin.
I thought it was an EN. Are you sure? I just finally
saw
a video on this
up at some point.
Well, okay. Well, as long as we're not masturbating on camera, we're fine.
No.
Use whatever name we want. So, all right. So, hey, I guess if you made it this long, how long is it, Ben? It's an hour and 13 minutes. Look at this. We are fucking rocking and we're keeping shit short.
We're like experts now.
Yeah, we're experts at fucking nonsense. Fucking, I wouldn't understand. I don't understand why anybody would listen to this whole thing, but if you did, I appreciate it, my fellow insaniacs and my cinemasochists.
We love you.
We love all of our listeners. You guys are the coolest. We've gotten some great feedback on other stuff that we've done, and it's really nice to hear from you. So if you feel like it, you can email us at the wonderful email that Ben created called cinemashitshow@gmail.com. No, Ben was nice about it that time. You can catch us on Twitter. We're at Cinema Shit Show. We're on Blue Sky, Cinema Shit Show. Facebook, we have a group. I think Cinema Shit Show Pod or something like that. It doesn't matter. Nobody likes Facebook. And Ben actually also created an Instagram, which I don't know what to do with.
So I just started it. It's Cinema Shits. Let me just look this up. I'm pretty sure.
How do you spell shh?
Let me make sure before I give out the wrong information.
I don't know why you call it Cinema Shit.
Okay, so it's Cinema Shit Show Podcast, all one word, and I will start posting stuff from that account, and hopefully you guys will follow and retweet or add to your stories or whatever it is.
However that shit works.
However you like to share your social media.
I have no idea. Can we put links to our episodes up there, or how does that work?
Yeah. I'll have all that stuff.
Okay.
So
well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Ben, for doing. Look at that. You got 2 things under your belt, buddy.
I got 2 things.
2 things. Hopefully it didn't cost you too much money or time.
No money.
Okay. All right. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm so glad you're with me. I've missed recording with you, man. So I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad that we're back and doing this on a regular basis again.
Yeah, let's keep on tubing and boobing, babies. Hey, everybody. We'll check you out later.
Love you.
Bye.
Like my mom.
Oh fuck! I forgot a mom joke. God.
I got it in there for you.
Damn it.
What the fuck was that?
Is that what a podcast is?
I guess so.
It's very entertaining.
I suppose.
Oh.